What's up, fragrant family? This is Tyler with Simply Fragrances, and today I'm bringing you my weekly fragrance rotation. I want to welcome all the new watchers. If this is your first time, welcome. We are now family. Thank you to all the people who have been a part of this, people who have been subscribed. Thank you so much for that. And to the new subscribers, thank you so much. You guys are now part of the fragrant family. We're family. I'm super excited that you're here. Let's go ahead and get into this weekly fragrance rotation. And I don't know why, guys, but today I'm kind of feeling old school. Like, you ever get in those moods where you're just like, man, you want to kick it back to whenever you were a young kid or a teenager, and you just kind of feel old school. So I'm going to play some mood music for that. This was super popular whenever I was a kid. Some of y'all going to know it, some of y'all won't. That's okay. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. So I got quite the list. I'm really excited about this because it's becoming spring finally. We just had like a second winter where it was negative like 10 degrees outside and it was super, super cold. So didn't really enjoy that. We did get some snow. Haven't had any snow in like, I mean, we've had like little flakes of snow and stuff, but we haven't had like a good snow for like, honestly, like 10 years or so. So we got like, I think 10.5 inches or so, something like that. But it was a lot of snow. I'm gonna tuck that away. That was weird. Anyways, but we got a lot of snow, and finally it's starting to warm up. Like all last week, except for maybe like one day, it was above like 55. So it felt super good, especially coming out of like being negative 10. And then this whole week, man, it's been, the last part of this week, it's been in the 50s, 60s, and then all next week, I don't think there's a day to where the temperature, to where the high, where it's not above, or sorry, where it's not below 55. So super, super excited about that. I saw a couple of 70s on there. So guys, life is starting to reemerge and it's starting to warm up here. We're starting to de-thaw, and my fragrance rotation, as you see, is definitely going to implement that. So let's go ahead, let's get this started. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. That really does help me out. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, give it a fat thumbs down. I want honesty. I'm going to give honesty, so I expect it. Let's go ahead. All right, so Monday, I was feeling this. I don't know why. I haven't wore as much as I thought I would. I don't know if I will, especially now that I've got what I consider the better version of it. You'll see why here in a second. But Monday, I was feeling a little frisky, feeling a little spicy. You know what I mean? A little just revved up, and so I wanted to go with something that's going to grab some attention. It's going to be sweet but spicy, still kind of got a fall vibe, but you can definitely wear this in the springtime. So I went with Parfums de Marley Cologne. I love this stuff. I love the bitter orange in here. The blood orange in here is just it's fantastic. I do love it, but this has been compared to Bakarat Roosh 540, and I like Bakarat Roosh 540 a little bit more, and so I do reach for that a little bit more. But this still, man, it's a banger. Like, it's kind of polarizing in the fragrance community. You either love it or you hate it. I love it. Like, this is good stuff. It's got that Bakarat Roosh 540 sweetness to it, but it's got like a almost like a smoky, spicy, I don't know, like incensey almost about it. Like, I love this stuff. Good stuff. Bakarat Roosh 540 with amped up like spices, blood orange, and like a little bit of like a just almost incense. I don't know. That's just kind of what I get. Maybe I'm weird. But Monday, Monday, Parfums de Marley Cologne. Brings us to Tuesday. Tuesday was a beautiful day. Like, perfect day. It was like 65 degrees, and man, I had a hard time choosing between two fragrances. Some of y'all in the fragrance groups, you know what I'm talking about. If you saw my post, I could not choose between this one or Gravitas, but I wound up going with this one. This is Amaz Reflection Man, and this stuff is just, it's a spicy meatball. Man, this is so good. It's not really spicy, but I said that because it means it's good. This is a neroli powdery citrusy masterpiece. I love this stuff. I've seen a couple of videos here. You know, I did one, fragrances, it was called Baby Come Back, fragrances that I sold, swapped, traded for whatever reason, and had to get it back. This was on there, and man, I'm so glad I got this stuff back. This is amazing. Wore this up to St. Louis on the whole way there. It had the windows down. I could smell it. It was filling up the car, and it was just a magical time. Amaz Reflection Man. It's just kind of a fingerprint magnet though. Don't really care for that. But on Wednesday, we were up in St. Louis. My wife, she just had surgery. Some of y'all know that. And I was in the waiting room. I wanted to wear something that was going to uplift my spirits, something that was geared towards me in a sense. I know that sounds weird, but y'all know me. I love the barbershop fougere type fragrances, but I wanted to wear something just a little bit, little different, something a little bit more modern, and it's gonna be easy to wear. And man, I got so many compliments waiting in the waiting room while my wife was back in surgery, and this stuff did the trick. It was Gravitas Pour Homme. Man, this stuff, oh my gosh, if you guys haven't smelled this, you need to get your nose on this. This is it's a modern barbershop fougere type fragrance. It is just got this citrusy opening that is amazing. It's creamy lavender, and it is an absolute masterpiece. Man, Dan, he really knocked it out of the park with this, and super excited to have this in my collection. And this just screams spring. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Didn't mean for that to happen. But I love this stuff. So in the waiting room, I got like 5 or 6 compliments off of Gravitas Pour Homme. This stuff does it. Guys, that brings us to Thursday. I wanted to, it was going to be just a tad bit cold. It was like, the high was like 52, 53, somewhere there. So I had a little bit of a chill in the air. And I don't know, I was just feeling this. Even though I already wore cologne, I reached for Bakarat Roosh 540. And man, this stuff just, it always does its magic. Like, there's never a bad time to wear this. Like, you could be laying sick in bed, throwing up, and spray this on, and you'll instantly feel better. Like, this stuff, it's just magic. Love this stuff. I got a couple compliments at work. My supervisor said that I smelled delicious. Bakarat Roosh 540. It's the burnt cotton candy, jasmine, sweet, kind of fresh, just amazingness fragrance right here in a bottle. If you haven't got your nose on this, definitely check this out. There are some interpretations or inspired versions out there, but in my honest opinion, none of them come close, except for, well, they come close, but there's like a weird, almost like a sour note in the opening, other than it was Casino Elixir from Dua. They have, in my opinion, the best version of this, but definitely get your nose on this. All right, guys, that night I also went out and hung out with some buddies. You know, we were going over some music stuff. For those of you who don't know, I'm currently in a band called Awaken the Bride. It's like a worship cover band, but we also write our own music, and been doing that for a couple years now. We're actually on iTunes and Spotify and places like that, so feel free to look us up. But my real love, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love worship music, but my real love is Christian heavy metal. Like, I adore it, and it just gets my blood going. And I think that there's multiple ways, you know, that you can express yourself in worship. And I think that if you want to shred some guitar in worship, let's do it. So me and my buddies, we were talking about starting up a like a Christian heavy metal band, and we're pretty excited about it. We went and got some Chinese, went to a buffet that was open, and I went with this bad boy. This is Creed Viking. Love this stuff. It's just this gentleman, like fougere, classic gentleman type fragrance. It's like a niche Old Spice in a sense, but way better than that even sounds. It's got this rose mint opening that is absolutely to die for. So when I went out for dinner, I wore this bad boy, and it was amazing. All right, guys, that brings us to Friday. I need to stop saying all right, guys. I say it like every time. I'm gonna try and stop saying that. That brings us to Friday. I went with this bad boy. I love this stuff. It's been kind of getting some hype in the fragrance community. I've known about it for years, but it just seems like for whatever reason, I don't know, it's just kind of getting some love, and so it made me want to wear it. So I brought out Mandarina Duck Black, and this stuff, it's just it's a oriental, woody, citrusy fragrance, but it's got this really beautiful orange blossom and a little bit of a neroli note in the opening, but it dries down to this sweet, vanillic, woody, oriental type fragrance, and it's absolutely to die for. It didn't get any compliments, but that's okay. This doesn't perform the best off my skin like I thought it would. I mean, it does good. I've gotten compliments off of this before, but it doesn't really fill a room, so to speak. So, but Friday was none other than Mandarina Duck Black. So that brings us to Saturday. Saturday, this one is relatively new in my collection. I've had it for a couple months or so. Well, maybe about a month or so. Haven't done a review on it yet. Planning on it, just haven't done it. And this one, it's coming from a house that honestly, they're throwing some heat. Like they got some bangers out there. I'm really impressed. And you can find them at your local Burlington, TJ Maxx, places like that for like 20 bucks. You can't go wrong with it. So I wanted to go with Black Walnut Legend by Banana Republic. This stuff, honestly, if you want a cheap Creative Ventus with a little bit of a different dry down, this stuff, it's got you covered. It does smell like Creative Ventus in the opening. It's got that fresh, juicy pineapple. It's got that kind of smoky black currant vibe in the dry down. But it dries down to like, it's got like a nutty feel to me. I don't know. Like I was kind of talking with Ross, Carlos over at TLTG. Shout out to you, man. Kind of talking with him, chatting up about this. And, you know, we'll kind of agree. It's got like this kind of nutty quality to it in the dry down. And Black Walnut, maybe that's the reason. I don't know. But this stuff, man, you can't go wrong. Like 20 bucks. Like, I think I paid like $23 after tax. Super cheap, super great, and really good for the summertime, springtime, if you like a Ventus, if you like pineapple, stuff like that. Give this a shot. All right, guys, that brings us to today. And today, I was just feeling this. It was rainy, it was gloomy, it was thundering when I woke up, and it just made me just really feel like spring. And, you know, I took a shower this morning, and I wanted to feel just squeaky clean. I wanted to feel fresh, hop out the shower. I wanted to feel like spring. So I went with, ooh, I almost dropped that, with Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. Sorry, almost dropped it, made me forget the name of it. So, but Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. This stuff, man, it was my scent of the day. It's got this almost like, you hopped out the shower, fresh, squeaky clean, laundry detergent vibe about it, but it's really, really good. It's got white tea and jasmine in there, and I really, really enjoy it. It's become, you know, one of my favorites from the house. Not my favorite, but I do really enjoy this. It's cheap. You can get this for like 25, 30 bucks, something like that. I got mine off of Amazon. I mean, you know, everyone says be careful with Amazon, but I never bought anything from them that wasn't, you know, legit. So I don't know, maybe I got lucky, but 25, 30 bucks. This stuff is super good. You can also pick it up like fragrancex.com, fragrancenet.com, places like that. Go ahead and check it out. If you just want something easy, blind, dumb reach. I got one compliment today, walked with my coworker, and he goes, hey man, you smell fresh. So, you know what I mean? Just super simple, cheap, easy fragrance to wear. Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below what fragrances you got compliments on. What did you decide to go with? What was your favorite fragrance that you wore this week? Man, I got to nominate this. I'm going to do, this might be something new that I start. I'm going to nominate a fragrance, my favorite of the week. And it was none other than Gravitas Pour Homme. This stuff, man, love it. Yeah, so what was your favorite fragrance that you wore this week? Mine was Gravitas Pour Homme. I got like 5 compliments on it, so it did its thing. It was busting out. It was filling rooms and just making people turn heads. Gravitas Pour Homme, that's my nominee. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead, hit that red subscribe button. That really helps me out. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. I'll catch you guys next time. Remember, if you love it, wear it.